And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say.
Hey there, Libra. Welcome to Quick Place Tarot. My name is Coy, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are back up and open. Either message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we set it up, okay? So, Libra, what we're looking at in this round of reads, this is going to be your career read for the month of July. Career, I'm defining here as being not simply our labor output, the raw action and work that we do, but also what we hope to get back from it. This could come in the form of contracts, partnerships, dealings, network, the people that you meet, places that you go. Ultimately, what we put out, what we hope to also get back. Most likely in the form of monetary and coin, but also sometimes other ways as well. So as a preamble to the read, Libra, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be sold into reverse. At times, if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, am not here to misguide you or mislead you. Trust me, I have 12 signs to work with, and I don't have time to lie to any of them. Instead, we lay our cards out on the table, and good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we talk about it, because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one, yeah. So follow along with me in your read today, Libra, your career read, and let's see what the cards say. We're going to do a past, present, future orientation. That way we can map the trajectory pretty easily, at least visually. So show us the cards we need to see, please, for Libra in this read. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Libra Collective in their career read today? Very crisp. I like that. In the beginning? Okay, Temperance. And this is a past orientation. Temperance. Why? We're waiting for something to carve itself out. How so? Okay, Empress. Especially in the career read, the highest version of the self, the most, get it done type of energy, hoping that we're becoming the best versions of us here. And the Nine of Swords. Okay, so intentional output of action. I'm looking at a Libra who really dug their heels in and said, no, I want to elevate. Here's how I do it. I'm going to invest myself more into what I already do. Oddly enough, because I'm seeing Temperance on the board, I'm seeing also you kind of gain a skill along the way, something you didn't originally plan to do or map out to do in your way, but it kind of just came along with that intentionality of growth. So good for you, Libra. You aim for it, and at least the intentionality here that with a better me comes more opportunity, more things coming my way. This is just another part of it, and this is how I process that. Okay. In the present orientation, show us cards we need to see, please. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Libra Collective of the here and now in the present? What are the cards we need to see, please? So for the Libra of the here and now, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, well, I mean, it did pay off for you. Why are we now comfortable in saying, yeah, I did that? Did not expect that, but hey, that's how you feel about it. That's where we are. Thing of Swords. Why heartbreak over, got it. This is fun. Queen of Cups. Two queens matching a broken heart. We give the best of ourselves. We output the best of ourselves. What now is it for? My question to you, Libra, is that if right now, after doing all of this, and it didn't play out exactly the way that you wanted it to, or it didn't, produce that grandiose revelation you were waiting for, the question becomes why, right? Because I think we're saying that if 1 + 1 = 2, if I did that training, signed that contract, et cetera, then shouldn't this pan out in the specific way I planned it? Not really. In your present, you're now coming to the realization, I did my best. I did what I could in the day. I did everything that I could to help out. And sometimes that wasn't enough. The question that becomes, Libra, take it back to the drawing board. I'm not seeing this as a you problem necessarily. I know you're internalizing it as a you problem right now, that all the things going on, the things that are going right and wrong, that this is you things that, hey, we got to figure out how to solve this. This must be an us problem, because otherwise, why do we go through all that? Rather than being, maybe there's something in your current station that has just become so immovable, so difficult, so just unsustainable that even your best is not being given its time to shine here, right? Those two queens are trying to match a broken heart. The thing is, neither of them want to do that, especially in the context of this read. The queens are the most compassionate, whereas like the kings are quote unquote confident. You gotta love the assonance. Here you got the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth, all about that coin. But here, all my experiences match up to my title, right? Then we have the Queen of Cups, the giving, loving heart. Here's what that looks like. I'm trying to be as equitable as I dish this out, right? The question is, if you know you gave it your all, why do you still carry the broken heart? That's not you. I know you're internalizing it as being you right now, but that is not you. That is your circumstance, not your internal. Okay, so just remember that. In the future orientation, so it's cards we need to see, please, for Libra in this read. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Libra in this read today? Six of Cups. Okay, I wonder what this connection means to you. Yep. I had a feeling this was going here, but hey, let's talk about it. Devil, card of Capricorn, and the King of Swords. So we took internalizing to the max. It is your choice where you go from here, Libra. The future orientation, I don't know, maybe this is a connection even on the job site. It could be somebody you came in doing the work with. But against your better judgment, you're convincing yourself to stay, and by extension, you're kind of expanding or prolonging this process, right? Maybe it's more trainings. Maybe I didn't do everything that I needed to. And the feeling of not being enough, it doesn't go away. It just shifts form. Not being enough now becomes, hey, this person convinced me to stay here. You know what? That was kind of right. So yeah, I need to do more. I need to do more. And the more that it gets, brought on to you, it doesn't really have a space to go but stay with you. So we either made the decision, we got to act fast and act now and decide how we feel about this, how we feel about internalizing all the stuff that we can't control, or we let whatever this connection is to us talk us into just more unsustainability. I'm not saying that the future is entirely bleak. What I am saying is that the cards prove that there's choice, right? That is what tarot is designed to do. It's designed to show choice. Many different pathways are real at once. Timelines are just lines. Here, we have the option. We can listen to something we already analyzed to be blatantly untrue and just keep on saying, no, I got to do more. I'll take on that other training. I'll take on more work. I'll just keep doing and get more and more frustrated. Or you can say, hold on, let's put a stop to this right now. Right? It's your choice. Underneath it all, Chariot. Okay, card of Cancer. This is where the journey is. And right now, time of recording, we're almost at the tail end of Cancer season. Good to always pull the card to the reason for the season. But the Chariot here, this is a milestone in your journey. You've accomplished so much. You wanted to get better. Now that you've gotten better, things still aren't adding up. What do you do with you now? Not saying that you equate to the environment. Everybody has an identity beyond their work, beyond their prestige. No, who are we now? Because if we let, whatever this dynamic is, talk us into believing that it's more work that needs to be done on our end, then it's like, okay, my question becomes for you, Libra, if your best is not enough, then where can your best be located at? Right. If you know that you've been doing your best, you've been knocking out all the projects and everything, all the goals, all the intentionalities, complete to the finest pristine, then we still need to ask, if our best is not enough, is it still worth it to stay? Right? Is it still worth it to be here? Is it still worth it to keep on trying, knowing that there's really no end in sight? I don't want somebody who worked so hard to feel heartbroken that even their efforts don't add up. No, if you know you've done your best, then that's a larger structure around you. Let's dissect what that means. Okay. Next, cards of connection. We'll go connective energies, please. Bringing out between all time-based orientations in this read for Libra. Show what is held between the past and the present, what was and what is. What cards we need to see, please, for Libra in this read. Okay, between the past and the present. Eight of Swords, the feeling of powerlessness. Again, you wanted everything to change so much, so you said, I'm going to start with me. How then do we come to a state of powerlessness, Libra? I don't know if you can see this because of the light's reflection on the cards. They tend to be very shiny. But the Eight of Swords is always characterized by somebody trapped in an open air cage of swords. Can they climb out? Yes. Might they hurt themselves on the way out if they choose to do so? Also, yes. But if they're going to get out, the choice is actually obvious. It's just a thing that we don't want to look at. Here, somebody who said, no, I got to get better, we'll solve this. And then by the time you did all that stuff, you still felt so disempowered. It's because it is beyond you. And some things need to be accepted that it's not in your control. Nine of Pentacles, again, took the action. You took the plunge. You did what you needed to do. Got whatever accreditation, any higher status. You did what was necessary and showed intentionality. Was sticking to the plan. Maybe it's just me. I can shift this around. I can do it. You did it. You definitely did. And if things aren't adding up, that's not your burden to carry, Libra. It's still not, okay? Next, show what's happening between the present and the future orientation. Show the cards we need to see, please. Between what is and what if. What is happening between these spaces. Knight of Wands, okay, freedom of the spirit. How do we invest into that? Again, if we still gave our best in the present, Libra, the question is going to pop up again, but in a different form. Who are we beyond the limitation of what's being posed on us? We have the freedom to choose, we have the freedom to change. So if both those freedoms exist, I've been giving my best, I've been doing my best, then what are we not asking or what are we intentionally not touching? Five of Pentacles. Right? I know this feeling was about to come out. This isn't just material poverty, although it is a card of conflict for Earth. All times linked to poverty or just being left out. Here, the idea of being left out or left behind, that no matter what I do, it still is not enough. And the reason that we're taking that stance, Libra, is because we're trying to compensate for all the stuff that we feel is not fixed around us. The Five of Pentacles, it's gonna be a losing battle because there's no end in sight here. So the decision then becomes, do we just accept more and do more and take on more impossible and unnecessary stuff? Or do we move accordingly and try to make that happen? Eight of Wands, being directly shown, told, and communicated. I don't know what's gonna happen between now and quote unquote the breaking point of where you have to make the decision, Libra, but I hope the signs around you are already showing you that, no, this isn't my responsibility to bear. This is not my job. This is quite literally not my job. So what do we do next? It's your decision. Where do we want to go from here? Underneath it all, King of Cups. Okay. Reserving our emotionality, our space, understanding that with choice comes intentionality. The King of Cups has to make a decision. How much can they give? How much can they give? It's not that they don't want to give. In fact, the King of Cups, the King of Water, wants to give the most of what he possibly can. But he has to temper that in knowing there is a limit to what I have, right? Having that underneath and being part of that chariot, this journey is leading you to that choice, Libra. You might be coming to the next step rather soon, but we have to decide what's worth it and what's not. What can we take on and what is untouchable? Okay. Last, resolution is move towards resolution. First, please define the major arcana strewn across the table in the read. We will first look at the Empress. With good intentionality came some development and orientation. Why the Empress? Why were we trying to reach to the bigger and better of ourselves? First card from you see, please, for Libra and this read. We start here and push forward. To the Empress, Page of Pentacles. Okay, hey, it's worth a shot. I know the pages are very small and kind of diminutive in the tarot card deck, but they're their emotion in the purest form. Hey, I'm going to work on me. I'm not going to blame anybody else. I'm not going to ask anybody else. I'm going to look at the things that I said for a while I would do, and I'm going to go do it. Good for you, Libra. We gave it our shot. To Temperance, what did we hope to open up? Queen of Cups, we wanted to give the best of ourselves. Hey, if I didn't accomplish it yet, after I accomplish it, then you'll see the better me. They did. Whatever context this is for you, Libra, it happened. And the heartbreak was that it still was not enough. It's just where it's at. You can't blame yourself for the things that you can't control, because for the things that you could control, you did. Okay? To the Devil, King of Swords. And that's interesting because we have two King of Swords and they're not battling each other. They're actually coming to agreement, right? You have a choice to make, Libra. In your future orientation, I don't know what that Six of Cups connection is to you. It could be a longtime friend at the job, could have gotten you whatever it was. You could feel like you're indebted to them, so you have to make it work out. Either way, you have some of the best analytical skills across all the zodiac signs. Quite literally, you are the scales, right? How do we weigh something? How do we analyze it from all given angles? How do we make both sides equate? The King of Swords, you know that it's not your problem or your burden to carry all this. So if we have the analytics, then we're left with the question, do we stay? Do we go? What do we do? You're going to be forced to make that decision rather quickly, Libra. The signs will start compounding one on top of the other, but it still comes to the same point. Sometimes we can't ignore or say we could out self-help or out improve what is already an unsustainable situation. Okay. Resolution. Okay. Page of Wands. Of the issue of optimism and how we manage that. Six of Cups. I don't know if these two are connected, but I am seeing that, no, I'm going to stay here and try to keep the fire going. Will that be enough? I want you to understand that you two have breaking points, Libra. The scales can break if they're too outweighed. Okay? In resolution, the Sun. What does happiness mean to me here and now? Nine of Cups. What we give ourselves to. It doesn't lack purpose. It just can't outweigh all the stuff that fights against it sometimes. And sometimes that just is what it is. Okay? Underneath it all, Three of Cups. Reunion or being amongst others. And I think that's very interesting because now that kind of more spells out the Six of Cups in this read of, yeah, I'm staying here particularly because there is, my go-to, my bestie, my partner in this endeavor. We've been through thick and thin together. This is just how it is, right? These Six of Cups, it's going to be a challenge, right? Because you feel like you're playing, it's almost like a game of chicken, right? I don't know if they want you to stay, but it's like, okay, if you don't leave, I don't leave. And if you don't stay, then I don't stay, right? My question is, Libra, is that good enough? Just something to consider. So here's what's going on in your read today, Libra. You have given the best of yourself, done a lot of self-improvement, taken a lot of accreditation, and you've gotten to where you thought would be the key solution to a lot of things you're experiencing in terms of the career and labor challenge dilemma. what we're finding, or the conclusion that we're coming to, and very much the here and now, is that I cannot do all this. And at first, you're definitely internalizing it as a personal failure, but afterwards, once you start to take a step back and analyze everything for what it is, you're left with a choice. Do we keep internalizing, keep saying that we gotta do more, do more, do more, and something that has no end point in sight? Or do we say, hey, this ain't right for me, and I gotta figure out what the next step is? The sun is there, happiness is there. You've done that work. The question is, will you see it for yourself? That's all I got on your read today, Libra. This conversation helped. And yeah, it's tough because I know you gave your best. And if our best is not enough, then where can we take our best elsewhere? Just a thought. I'll see you around today. Take care.